So yeah, I am alive and welcome back to another video on the channel. In this video, I am going to be building my YouTube setup, which is going to be comprising of all of these things that you see in front of me. And I'm going to take you through the whole process of making it. So let's get started without any further ado. So we'll first start off with the monitor and its components, which is majorly just comprises of the monitor mount. So we'll start off with this. Let's start.
So what I've got here is a very generic monitor mount that will look something like this once it's all assembled. We have gotten a manual which won't be helpful to us at all because we don't need such things. We have the main attachment to attach the monitor to the mount structure so that it can be in place. We also get a set of screws and Allen keys to help us work with the building of the mount and the maintaining of it. Inside the main box we get two additional boxes which have the two main components of the mount, being the pole attachment that attaches to the desk through the desk clamp and the extension arm that holds the monitor to the pole.
So now that we have all of these things placed down, let's get started. This, we don't need this. Let's get going. So basically okay, yeah, found it. So we first have to take all of these screws from here out. Let's get that done. Just reference, I'm not the best at this stuff and there are too many screws for me to take care of. So we'll speed this shit up. That's done. Now we move on forward. So I guess we are supposed to do something with this thing, and yeah, I'll find something out. I'll be back. So basically this has nothing to do with this right now. The screws that we took off from this are supposed to go along with this. So yeah, we'll be doing that. So now it's time to take this big long black rod and connect it with this thing. So let's get going, shall we? How the hell am I supposed to do that? Okay, yep. Let me just try. It shows I have to use these two small screws, but how am I supposed to use these two screws and hold this thing? That's done. So we have the main thing that goes on into the DeX that connects the monitor. So I guess now we have to connect this thing with it. That's like the, damn, that's hard. Damn, that's like the thing that moves, helps you move the monitor. So once I figure out how this works, I'll be back and yeah, we'll put this thing in place. So after doing some research, I have basically come to the conclusion that you have to use this and just mount it to the desk, and then you start working on with the main monitor mount thingy, but that creates a little problem for us, so we won't be able to do as much as for the placing of the monitor before we get to the monitor, because then this determines the place of the monitor pre unboxing. But yeah, we'll still do it. We'll find a way to get things better. Yeah, so this is the monitor that I've gone with. This is the choice of my monitor. This is actually the Gigabyte GF 27-inch monitor. I mainly went for this because it was a 165Hz monitor and I got it under 5000 baht, which is a really cheap price for this monitor. It was on sale and I picked it up as soon as I could. So let's get on with the unboxing and see what's inside this. Yep. So they have provided you instructions right here to open the box, but instructions just don't matter, do they? Because we are superhumans. So it basically just says pull on both the sides, which I'll do. But first let's get rid of all of the cables here that we have. Before I will need a little bit of help. Please come help me, Mr. Cameraman. Not in the pull. Okay, yep. Yeah, just pull the whole thing. Yep, and yep. So clearly, Mr. Cameraman is not as. Please take off the box. Yep. So yeah, that was not intended, not at all. So basically this is all of the stuff that we get with the monitor. The first thing is like the monitor mount, which I usually use with the monitor earlier before I had this mount, and this is the power cord for the monitor, which powers the whole thing. Same thing, power cord powers the monitor. You also get an HDMI cable and a display port. Now let's get rid of this thing. We can have a look at the monitor. So this is what we have to take out of the monitor right now, so that we can place in this. We can place this in and rack the monitor on top of the mount. Okay, so we have also got these like wire clips for our. We have also got this wire clips for all of the wires that go through the monitor, so that it helps keep the setup aesthetic. So you'll also be using that. We just clip these two in and clip this bad boy in right here, and yeah, we are officially done. So let's clean all of this stuff up and get on with the other components.
The next day.
So yeah, we are back again today. As you can see, this is another day, another t-shirt. So now we'll be continuing where we left off yesterday, and now we'll be adding all of our peripherals into the setup. We'll start off with the mouse pad and all of the other things. Let's get started. This is the mouse pad that I used previously and will be using for some more time. Right now, this is a topographic white mouse pad, and I've ordered another one of these because as it had been laying around for quite a while, like 4 months or so, it has gotten dirty and has got curved around in the edges. So I'll get another one soon enough, and when I do get it, I'll replace it. But for now, we have to use this one. And let's add on our other peripherals before we add on the main power supply for all of these things and some other different components. Now these are all of the basic components that I'll be using, other than the power supply and the main power brick that I'll be showing you at the end when we'll be powering up and cabling everything through to the power supply. So this is the Skyloong keyboard that I have been using for a long time. I've made a video dedicated to this keyboard on my channel. If you haven't watched that, please go watch it. I'll leave a link around up here so you can watch the whole video. It's a very amazing keyboard. It's a 75% mechanical keyboard, and I've been using this for a long time, and it's my primary keyboard. I have 3 other keyboards, but this is the favorite one. And for the mic, I use the Maono DM30, which was sent out to be by Maono themselves. I've used 2 of their mics beforehand as well, and this one is also very amazing. I've made a video on this specifically as well. I'll leave all of the links down to each and everything that I've used in this video, and all of the things that I use in my setup down in the description, and dedicated videos to the products as well. And for this is actually my laptop stand, because I don't usually use my laptop when I'm using the monitor. I have 2 of these stands. One is for vertically placing my monitor, and one is when I also use my laptop side by side with the monitor. So I have an inclined monitor stand, which also acts as a fan to boost the exhaust, to let in airflow and make the airflow for the laptop much better. I'll show that to you right now. I'll bring it in. So this is actually my other laptop stand. It simply just adds up levels of heights to the laptop so that it has better space to cooling, and it also has built-in fans that you can connect via the USB cable to just power it up and make the airflow a lot more better. Now for the second last component, these are my headphones, the Corsair HS45 surround sound. I don't really use them much because I prefer in-ear earphones other than the over-the-ear headphones, because these also create a dent in your head that I've seen around the internet, so that make me don't want to use them. But I've bought these. They sound really amazing, and they provide a very good crisp audio when you use them. Whenever I want to like watch a movie or like have better gaming experience, like competitive or so, I do tend to use this because they sound really good. And to pair with my microphone, I have also bought a new microphone boom arm. Previously I used to use these off-brand ones which have like very bad build quality, which are still really good, but they had very bad aesthetic to it and they didn't look good. I'll just show you that as well. So this is an example of what I used to use. They have like open springs that you can see. They have like so much space in between, so they seem to be very unaesthetic, and these ones are way better, at least in the images that I have seen. So once we unbox all of the stuff and once we have set it up, we'll see how it looks. So let's get started with that as well. So this is actually the Skyloong keyboard that I was talking about. I've made a dedicated video about this. If you want to see that, you can go to the link I've provided down below in the description for that. I actually went with the gray and white edition of the keyboard. It looks really amazing. And just to remove these stock wires, I actually also went with the coiled cables to improve the aesthetic of the keyboard, so that it looks even much better. I'll just wire it down right now just for a bit so that it's easier to wire it down in the final process. Other than that, so this is actually the boom arm that I've got. This is from a brand known as Signo, as you can see right here. It is their MG200 Max microphone boom arm. They have packed it really well. This thing cost me around 300 baht, which is a very good price for the product, at least from what it looks like on the website. So let's have a look what we have got inside of here. I really hope it's as advertised on the website. We've got the same kind of adjusting knob for the bottom to attach it to your desk, the desk clamp. This is the main component that made me choose this. This is the main boom arm stuff. It's really sleek, a very good design, and does not look unaesthetic in any means at all. And other than that, we have got screws and some cable management stuff as well. So let's get going with our mic. So yeah, now that we have all of the things out of the box and all of the thing unassembled, this is how the mic looks out of the box. So let's first take a look at how the boom arm looks. The boom arm is very extendable. We have this thing, this little pot kind of thing that goes into the socket to keep it in place and clamp it to the desk. And other than that, this part of the boom arm goes into the mic and attaches the mic with the boom arm. We've got different kinds of screws and cable management stuff, like as you can see right here. These are two of the examples of cable management parts that we have got. These actually go into the middle of the grooves of the boom arm. So once you have the mic adjusted and pointed in the socket, the cables can just go into the grooves and connect it with the cable management sockets and then go all the way through around and look very pleasing and aesthetic. So I'll just set it up and get back to you guys. Yep, so that's our mic fixed at its place. Now we can move on forward with other things. We'll just place our keyboard back again to its place, and then let's get to the power cable. So for managing all of the cables, I basically use this cable management power strip box from LD Neo, which is basically a box in which there is a power strip which you can just keep beside your desk, and it does not look suspicious at all while all of your cables are inside of it. As it is a box with a power strip inside, there is a lot of space other than the power strip to keep all of your cables stuffed inside. As you can see right here, as you can see, there is a power strip right inside, and it is a box, so you can keep the cables inside of the box as well. So this is basically what the box looks like from the front, and from the inside, once you pop out the head, it looks something like this. There is a power strip right inside of the cable of the box, which has a very long power cord, so that there's only one cable running out of your whole setup and does not make a cluster of cables that you have to manage each and every time. And there are also 3 different USB ports, so that if there are any components in your setup that need to be powered through USB, they can be powered through there as well, or you can just plug in your charging point into the box and your phone can be charged through it as well. So I'll just set this thing up and yeah, enjoy the time lapse. So yeah, basically before I do the time lapse for all of the cable management, I'll tell you what all of the cables that I will be using are for. This side is everything for the monitor and the RGB strips that I've got. This is the main power cable for power brick for the monitor. This is the power cable that connects to the power supply. Right here we have got the power supply for the RGB strip that I've got around the whole desk. We have got a cable for the keyboard. I've also got a mouse that I'll be bringing in throughout the whole making of the video. So right here on this side, as you can see, this is a humongous brick. This is actually a 300 watt power charger for my laptop, and it's got a lot of cables connected to it. I've done some pre-cable management by just binding them all together using some cable ties. I will try to shorten the cable of the power strip for the laptop as much as possible. But yeah, let's see what we go through and enjoy the time lapse. So now, after all of the time lapse and the cable management, I have also placed in my laptop, which is the Lenovo Legion 5. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM, an RTX 3060, 500 gigs of storage, and also 1 terabyte of storage added on to it. It has amazing performance. I have been using it for around 1 year now, and it has not let me down since. So yeah, now with everything else in place, let's try to power on the whole setup and see if it works. Fingers crossed. So now everything is in place and working properly. We will just lower the monitor because it is at a very high place and I don't want it as high as it looks like now. Yep, so the desired height is reached. So yeah guys, after all of the things that we have gone through, the whole setup has finally come up into one piece and it looks really very amazing, as you can see right behind me. All of the things that I've used in this video, all of the components and all of the parts of the setup will be linked down below in the description if you want to have any of those. And special thanks to my brother who helped me film this video, and also thanks to you guys for the support all along throughout the journey. Without you, all of this won't have been possible and I wouldn't have been sitting here filming this video for you guys. So thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you really enjoyed this. If you did, like the video, comment down which was your favorite part of the whole video, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I hope you have a very nice holidays. Happy New Year. Thank you.